Large numbers this particular afternoon for what is a demand being made of the as well to continue to bring you live details and live coverage.
All right, abusia mami mo bibia kwaba Mfambra Mega TV and platform eso ene enough is enough demonstration no ekoso what you say depending on when I ohwe me ekoso gidi pa yewra NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama the chairman of the party no asi edun katia eno declare ni na ni say the Electoral Commission of Ghana yamame Jane Adukwe Mensa oda no enhihye bi ekoso a nyame ni nokwaredi ye na Ghana fo ye nitua enhihye no enye yenim se ye beto aba 2024 7th December na ewo se enkofo ekohwehwe omudin ewo electoral ye register ni anase voters register ni emu nabusia enense mu bie abato mu enkrata mu bibia enya bi ehweye na yehwe de na ekoso na enkofo edin ekwa tisemako a transfer enkofo din ekoba bi foforo without their conscience, without their knowledge. We NNDC for ethnasi na mamemfa we ntwaso enche ene hu se yeti se Electoral Commission omu laptop ba ko omu didi omu djuma etimi ayira we na ye bisa se den ene Electoral Commission mo set a lot of CCTV cameras ewo mo yi mo offices na sa laptop obi be fire ena mo hu sa BVD machine so omu didi omu nnuma so eno so na nsi yeti ya akwabi okita no ewo sawom we na NDC for atnasi se debi de ekoso idie amise maami Mensa epese owi abato nim edima obibi opeso odima no bato so sisi NDC for ida se cheda afrafranto ana se Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia but ohwe de yakoni de Bawumia no peso owi adima no we na NDC for atnasi ekasi no se Simon de ya forensic audit yi na betnasi ne go through de ekoso ewa bato nkrete nimu se ebetimi ohwa na wahwe we etoyi we ekoyi we yisi in that sequential order maami Mensa Adukwe eni yaw Bosman Asare si debi me se meye pa sa de na mamudie lalai ensida NDC for say Simon and the train because the airway war NDC for declare on the 17th of September 2024 say Electoral Commission offices be Ghana across board biano omo amanyuko no enti omuhungu krom na omo nye den omo entimi and demonstrate that is enough demonstration na omo mfanti isi no na after that me say isi no when biem amomo amaye omo forensic auditor in fact omo behu the etwa so ba the anwashi abusia and 100,000 of people at here street titini enkran what you say titini enkran any bunu region ni baby madika mampese mebo region bi edim but mafokrum what you say mafokrum because of yedwuma ni ye nti wantimi enye video but ye hu kakra what you say ye hu meme yakwa he feeling no hawa enima ni isiko ewo Accra Montreal so nyankopon yo kese adika ka twa platform with the entrusted and the authentic platform pa any Mega TV inti the biano fire your plug subscribe to your platform for latest update ne bibi intime enkoso nyankopon shira yanko the feeling no hawa nipa thousands of people omaide omato mugu kuruma mu demonstrate against the EC that is enough demonstration how police for mercy deploy omonkro for mubo sa ban no enko hesansem Mfambra ko ba betoso
large numbers this particular afternoon for what is a demand being made of the as well to continue to bring you live details and live coverage both in preparation for today's protest and what will pan out. There are tricycles here as well, what has been known in different parts of the country as Mahama Kandu as well, all here and present, and as well loud blasting music in terms of what it is that we're seeing here at the Nkrumah Circle at this particular point in
Awie abusua enti wei eye de ekoso na ni na echi no Kevin Akwabodi Taylor wa make some secret bi unim say Sana Bosman Asare na oye deputy general deputy EC actually electoral commissioner Bosman Asare na oye illegal lecturer. He was so-called analyst, political analyst, brand NDC for wa bemo. Na okan sembi edifa ene the electoral commission bi pepepe a ono deputy pese totinya na se periperi ye because ono brand ye maame Charlotte say any the deputies any the all the entire board no omuyo adwuma no how Bosman Asare omo friend no ana okasa or against the transparency of the electoral commission moduma was omoye no yenko Kevin Akwabodi Taylor will leak all the audios. In fact run information now wama the reasons why after say NDC for movie demonstration we na say enema bia enko omu chese unhu de ekwa. In fact the next move any enema bia be sisi akire say yanhwe yi na say maami Jimensa wanye antie na supam na wanye den ntimi be register ama NDC for omanye ne ompese omoye dia. In fact minimisi kuruma we are sitting on a timing bomb. Yankopon shira jemre tubo ase nyabotre na tie nsem no tie no one after the other tie nsem no de bekoso because nsem no secret wom the end honum no. In fact nsem bia Kevin Akwabodi Taylor kan me ankasa me studio hanum na me ho adwudi me say sansem we na ebo ba. In fact Ghana we are sitting on the timing bomb. Sadia we die yesoro mo a omunye de omun bia bato nkretenim na ndisi for mayor munyama. Yankopon shira according to your platform 90% of your viewers munya subscribe when your papaye. Mr. say bra wuti nsem no na to subscribe na wala like dwumadi no wa share na fo bia quick one yenko ti nsem no famra Yakobon.
They did not have any evidence. Somebody called Charlotte say abana yekoto no nipa 230,000 no ye omo free ha omo dini ha nipa 15,000. The NPP in 2015-16 they were using speculations to suppress the EC to do what they want. And then when they went to meet Charlotte Osei in 2016, no, because they did not have hardcore evidence to prove to Charlotte Osei, say, this is what we have, open the books, no. They just went there out of speculations, any pressure, any political pressure, no person easy, no. But the NDC today are saying, say, yani easy the year Juma. This is the evidence we have. But from what we are seeing and what we experienced in 2020, no, it was so be a book, and yani NDC na yaka se be much say. Ya pesi ekofa independent forensic auditors no mo behwe book nim ene mo computers nim say mo share da anase obi breachi protocol emfa nyoma bi nkeka ho. So the NDC is saying say men be book nim nkire yen ko a be book nim kire Ghana fo nyina na me yen hu data system no say no kra every say evidence ekuta NDC no omo de be kire wo no mo anka say evidence no enye no kra. And we cannot solely say who are we mistaken, you are going back to correct it. So motive be say ube election now. What shows say you have actually done the correction? Because NPP time and no Kasa Charlotte say register has been tainted. No, they did not prove with any evidence to say this and this and this and that is what we have seen. They were saying so yeah GD say nkofobi free Togo abetwaba into register no yensa no. But the NDC came with the evidence to say this is what we have found. You have not denied it. Now we cannot just give it to you for you to come and tell us or China say why in Wejuma. We want an independent forensic auditing firm to come and look into the document. So when you bonia into the elections with free, clear conscience. Now mumientie omane boama ono na in charge of elections or NDC. Munhwe inkutadia anase conversational I erupted between the NDC and EC. Young says the NDC, no, they have done their part to prove say was say forensic auditors, Mumbai or the TEC books, no, and computers now because every thing they have to do to exhaust everything for everybody to know say almost some year they have done it. And this is Omane Boama Mumi and Tieno. They are a conversation with EC documents of the EC's reaction. EC Eddie Mraso Eddie days so Eddie time or so. The reason why they are insisting that the register and the computers at the EC, no, we need to audit them. Mumi and Tieno Omane Boama.
We must say that prior to this exhibition exercise, the Electoral Commission was expected to have given the register to the political parties ahead of time for us to be able to study it. And indeed, the Electoral Commission appropriately wrote to us and indicated that we were to submit hard drives to collect the registers. Unfortunately, this letter was written as far back as July. August came, the hard drives were unavailable to us. Then they reassured us that on the 14th of August, we were going to receive the register. That also passed. Then they communicated that it was going to be received on the 16th. 16th came and passed, and we still did not receive it. Unfortunately, the exhibition was commencing on 20th of August. That meant that we barely had 4 days to the exhibition exercise. That weekend passed. 19th, the day to the exhibition, it was afternoon that the Electoral Commission released the register to us as NDC. That indeed put a lot of strain on us, but we are committed to building our democracy because we've opted for that path as a nation, and it is an appropriate path. It's a peaceful path. It helps to deepen development in nations. So we worked around the clock, 24/7, distributed the registers constituency by constituency basis to all the 276 constituencies and asked them to begin to scrutinize. Whilst they were doing it, we also at the national level ran some comparative analysis by comparing the end 2023 register that was used for the district level election with the 2024 provisional voters register that had been given. So the software analysis, and we shared the exact software that we used with the Electoral Commission when we met them last week, Friday. So far, the revelation are startling. They include 243,540 previous transfers that have been added to the 2024 transfers. 15,000 plus unidentifiable transfer parts. And the question is, where are they coming from? Where were they registered? 3,957 voters in 2023 register who are completely missing from the 2024 register. 2,094 transfers not found in the absent list. And the last but not least is the corrupt files. Where you open the file, you don't find the photo, you don't find the name, you don't find the age. So we presented all these in addition to other discussions. But you'll recall that prior to the meeting, based on past experience with the Electoral Commission, which has basically eroded trust between us, we wanted the media to cover it live so Ghanaians and the media will know exactly what had transpired. Unfortunately, the Electoral Commission blocked the media and blocked our request and refused to allow us to bring in the media to cover the program. Let me start our germane concern because I know your 5 minutes is your 5 minutes. Look, consider a person whose name will not appear on the register. When we raised it at the meeting, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission said, once the person is holding a voter's ID card, they can write the person's name on the register. We vehemently opposed that and said, and I remember saying, that will be the Richard Ahiagba criminal phenomenon. You can imagine the people who may be able to show up there with fictitious ID cards, and then some presiding officers who may be compromised will just write their names and allow them to vote. So that is not something that we should be considering. The other variant is The EC has admitted to some errors. We don't call them mistakes, to some errors. When they correct those errors, how do they expect the people whose errors they've corrected to know that they have indeed effected the corrections? So that led to one of the recommendations that we made, which the EC so far has not spoken to, beyond the fact that they will not permit a forensic audit. And our remedy was that at least there should be a re-exhibition of their corrected or their updated register, so that people who had complaints, people who paid monies to verify their ID situation and witnessed problems and reported, can be assured that indeed the corrections have been made. Otherwise, we may end up even introducing up, because of, if the person feels that, well, I complain, but am I sure that it's been corrected? Need I go to the polling station on December 7 to reassure that Ghanaian, that ordinary Ghanaian, that yes, it has been corrected? Just re-exhibit the register again.
Right.
Unfortunately, the EC, after blocking the request for the forensic audit of the register and the EC's IT system, also has been mute about the re-exhibition.
Right.
Then it leads me to the issue of what we asked for and what they also asked for. In there, the EC asked that we submit our findings to them. And we also said that since we had made it clear to them that, okay, because our work is ongoing, can we also, in exchange, we didn't oppose submitting our findings to them. We are ready and willing. Can we also have what you claim to have updated, so that in our comparative analysis, we do not excavate and identify problems that we've already resolved?
It is simple as that. Asama eye Omane Boama, Dr. Omane Boama Kenyina is simple. And this is for the hard drive comma EC. So be a voter exhibition. Ube to me the rehwemu ewo exhibition abeyenim, because ye nyina na ye adwuma bom. When it comes to exhibition near the constituencies near the I will say to me printy near the names no be na so checki. Omo the hard drive no comma EC July. Sa exhibition no na ebeba so eden August 20th. Now August 20th. July EC amfa list na momo. On the 14th of August, EC amfa hard drive na momo. Amfa list na momo. On the 16th of August, August, EC amfa list na momo. Wamfa names na momo. James has some ni EKU. Now ebaya bedu the 20th of August. EC exhibition on the 20th. On the 19th, aka edabako ma omu akoye sa exhibition no. Voter exhibition exercise no. Ewia abwa pemu eye 12 o'clock after na. Ye ba bewie no. Ena EC se ende mombra mbeji eye den hard drive no. Na eye den edina mo pe no register no ende woso no. NDC anka bibia. Ena NDC fokoye den ekogiye. And this vokoji hard drive no almost started say omunka so hwehwem ahwe say okay sa list here is the my say o my exhibition no any register etwem 2023 ni ade no ye de betoto ho ne hu say sisi bibia e fenchem omudi bibia sisi ni no mu say da bi nyoma bi nkoyie nipa bi be 240,000 bi akoshe baby nipa be 15,000 bi ayira nipa be 2,000 bi I chese omu ni say register no nyoma enkoyie inti omu ye de omu adwuma adwuma ekeka ni nyina sie ni e make sure say omu fact kuta omu and omu ni EC committee no mka say oh because yempe say sebi oyebe pia bontin no bia beka say we can we no anke yembie pono na de media no betena meeting nim no mu hu say ye adwuma dia ye kodi ya ko hu say e register no nyoma bebre wo mu a sebi o edin bia ye da beka mu no eni say behwem ya say nipa bi so din afrim inti obi hu say ya asama ye ka no enye bosremu ka ana say ye nya ya adwene say ye tanje mensenti ye be ma na adwuma ye din Intina NDC say yempese obi beka say ye tata Jemensa ana Jemensa so muadia or ye dwuma mekufo adinti ye pese anka asantefo media awonafo media aigbefo media de krobofo media enkranfo media ene omom tete Ghana Richard Kontomri for no anka omo nyina mra no mo fa camera mbesi so na ye nyina ye ntoto ya no na obi ehu se adwunmupo ana adwunmubone ana say bad intent bi anka ho Jemensa ne Bossman Asare ka say omom pene. First thing. Now, in comedy man of say okay, Cecia na mom peneno. A exhibition na mu ye no. Any in summer yabeka chirem no. Yabeka chirem say, a ye nyoma bi wo registered mu a eni se wom. Ena nyoma bi wo mu so a edi abeka ho a na sebio nipa bi no ye be disenfranchise o man say abano mu ntumi ntubi. Isi ni catch mo meeting na so bi ko so koto aba na se ne din ni ma isi official na to no onyi pen no ntro ne din o registered no to aba Jemensa asma o ka kire NDC for meeting na se no and NDC for say no problem. Now NDC for ka kire Jemensa say sia no mo see eye information e dey abremu ni nyina e kire say eye mo register no problems wom na e wo say eye den errors e wom na wo say mo correct no mo see Mona is see and more to me or some way. NDC for say, Momayamfa Edian auditors and brand number forensic audit, or Momay Shan Kratim, no measure computer sim, Nayan share, say Bibia Krojia, must say, Adiano, Moana Mobeye, and NDC for say, okay. Say, exhibition be we. Emma Rezi concerns say, exhibition Ankasa register na moye no crapono, Nyomana a course on Anko ye. A dimbo e dia behye mani say shem e dimbi e ye firi mani say ye firim enti se mo see register exhibition am ye no ma consent e raise no ma correct ya mo nsanfa e register na mbra bontina mo be re exhibition eno kwa na hia NDC for no Mumpe 1 day or 2 days bi na monya re-exhibition. Sa musima correct eye exhibition na moye mistakes na see na. And the mumpe be 2 days ni 3 days bi na mon sanfa register na mbra bontene. Na bia obi na ne din ni ma yesi ne din wo mu no. Ohun se amparampa and this MP for AEC for no aye correction no na omu din wo mu. Obi so asebio edi se ne din be ma ne din abem no. Ye hu se oh we dey oya akwara na ye din be hye mistake ye frim. And non so NDC se mon famra na yen sanhwe re-exhibition registered mu a Jane Mensah is se omunye. So how can you prove to me say sir errors now also are correct no? What is the assurance to say ye koto ba errors no will still not be there? Because also are correct errors now. Why is it so difficult for you to bring out the register again for people to double check? Say, ejuma na oye no, ebia weni emfa bibi so because oye exhibition iwe no. Senka NDC anko omu investigations, anko omu auditing na, anka ye humpo say 250,000 people say 15,000 people no. Sa problem we will register him. Wajiatum say na problem will register him. So what solve register the problem na? Adena onye re-exhibition. Ma Ghana for se bi o ma dwere se omudin wo mu no a e bi omudin efrim no omo nko hu se omudin nim anase omudin wo mu Jane Mensah ne EC for no se omonye NDC for se yanko fa eye de independent forensic auditors mra na omo behwehwe nkrata di mu hu se abana ye koto no obi wo ha ye nyi ne din firimu anase obi wo ha ye mfa ne din behye ma ba ni se ne din wo mu a Jane Mensah ne EC se omonye omo se eye abana ye koto no omo pese bo computers no sebio ye tie na se amanfo bia be wi am computers easy CCTV bo ho ebe sin de ye release de tape bia hu se asemesi na wi ya na se nya asemesi na wi ye ye tie na mbre bi ye chi abrante bi se okuta easy for BVD machine e nam krom inti NDC for say it is better say mo computers na nkasa no e bo say ye kohwem ni ehwe ni pa owura mu e bia na ye ma no ho kwan se onkom nko ye dwuma bi ana onko di dwuma bi easy say eno so omompene. That is why the NDC is saying, say, Ochina, I was a Ghana Nibia to me, the nearest EC office to demonstrate. Because it is looking clear, say, Jane Mensah is ready to rig the elections. None of the Yawa say, we munina. Bossman Asare, no, Nyejuma or EC. Sad time, no, Bossman Asare say, no, you're independent, or you're lecturer, or Legon, or no, on your politics. 2016, time I register on Sensemba, Muntie Bossman Asare, as more kaye.
For them to be registered. So when you look at things from the other perspective, I think it has been very difficult for her. But thinking that she really wants to leave a mark as far as our electoral system. General is concerned. My thinking is that she is going to put the necessary structures in place and get civil society, the media, political parties, and all those who matter in the process to fashion out a strategy that will be able to ensure that Ghanaians will go to the polls and they will elect a leader who will be able to address the problems. My thinking is that Ghana, we are running a two-party competitive adversarial system. So when you are the commissioner, and especially coming from the backdrop that you were appointed by the sitting government, then opposition parties are going to look at you from a particular angle. And what is also not boding well for the woman is that it appears any position of the commission is supported by the NDC and the MPP is completely against. And when you are running a state institution and one party appears to be inconsistent with you and the other is completely inconsistent, then there's a problem. But my thinking is that as a EC, your job is to ensure that you play your role as a referee effectively, efficiently. So it doesn't matter what party A, party B will say. The main thing is put the right structures in place. Let's make sure that people who are independent will look at what you have done and they will realize that no, although we didn't support you or we supported you, you made sure that the necessary things were put in place. And once the woman can supervise the commission to do that, I think Ghanaians wouldn't have any problem with her.
Doc, just before you go, is the credibility of EC still intact? Looking at cases that they've had at the Supreme Court and, of course, issues surrounding how they are cleaning the voter register.
Please come again.
I'm asking whether the credibility of the EC is still intact, looking at issues surrounding how they have handled the clearing of the register and all that.
No, I think in terms of credibility, I think it's badly damaged. The EC is not clearly being seen as an institution that is so credible and is ready for prime time. But one thing we've got to understand is that when it comes to elections, the courts also play an important role, especially the Supreme Court. So once we are hearing the courts coming up with some advice, interpretations that the commission should do A, B, C, and D, this is something which is good for our country. So I think the reputation of the EC is tainted, but the remaining days ahead, I'm very sure they are going to abide by what the court has said, which they have started the process and they are going to do whatever must be done, because Ghanaians are looking forward to a EC that is going to be very impartial, put the right structures in place, employ the professionals who will be doing the returning work and everything. And I think once the EC is committed to doing that, they are likely going to regain that particular reputation.
All right. We're grateful for your time. Doctor.
We and a current EC deputy, Bosman Asare. Also, Kasano, Yabusan say, na EC, Charlotte say EC no. Sesiano, Sibia Nyoma Kono, who is also, also more engaging stakeholders, also more engaging the media, the CSOs. Now, Omoya very neutral, also Mutumi Emma Mukwain. Where your boss Masari now also try deal with Legon on your politics. Me chira go for mo jimu mwache. And already the is wo. Oh see for media emra meeting was company. And yen check register with evidence also on ye. And all catch them so obinko police station on chiro ni din on toaba. And I say oh, I was say my media no Charlotte say also my media ne ba meeting mu. CSO so better meeting mu. Na omo beka ho na omo boa na isi ye de djuma. Okay so see EC there, where Juma Yinana say obey de neutral, obetie obia asem, sebio, and he say to say nipa afamba kunkwana wutiomo, into also with Jumano, efficient. I was say unya sa position so ye EC bossa, also making sure say party bia with obia asem, emi abate so, emi discuss it, ema Ghana for ati obia wase. Also kasano or see. The independent people omo Ghana no omo pese eye ECA adwuma omo nyinani so. Who are the independent people? Eye wone me ye na ye ni eye political appointment ye na sebio ye ni aban mu ye na sebio ye lead political parties ye ka say independent people eye wo a wo hwe me no na boss man Asare say e wo say EC no ene ye ni Ghana fo no edi dwuma bom dwuma de ne de say omo be bie eye de omo dwuma nim ma ye so ye hu de e koso where boss man Asare na 2016 na oni EC and your busan sa bossman. Now we the ACCC here MPP for tata isia for evidence ba kumpomba ya say easy no enye den MBA registered me nhwe no wo hwe the saying ama easy for credibility in Charlotte say mo credit credibility they are saying. Even though MPP nkuta evidence, ntumi nya adwuma te say the NDC aye nda tumi the evidence aba no, easy credibility dey say aye poto into say easy for no tina se no ye adwuma ye kwase ampanyi e friend boss manasare Jimmy okasa say nsuo gu na ne minim Jimmy ya na no nte boss manasare ende owo easy ode na deputy Jane Mensa o se penny ma media nwura. Yes, so me nhwe eye registered o se eye nkwasiafo. Yes, see onfa exhibition na o se wa correct no voter register na o so be exhibition na wa correction no onfa mbra na yensa nhwe mu no o se ompene. Kwasia mpenyi wo te Ghana so ope free and fair elections. Kwasia we yembo ni timutuo. When the NDC were in power, all these people said they were there, they were analysts, they were contributors, they were independent lecturers, they did not do politics. Oh, and intina your catcher will say it is very important. Very important to say Ochina, you need to be part of this election. Hey, there is here no. So Oma Mayan corrected the Omo Yena into Kobisi Ghana. Me busa for Ghana. Me mame wo Ghana. Me wonam for Ghana. Me say Jane Mensa ya man pressure. E man for register MP, e ma yan hwem anya correction a ye nyina e be wu Ghana. And it's going to be the mistake of this woman. A deliberate mistake ye nyina betuma avoid no. It is important to say Ghana ni bi ohwe me anadwi. Ochina, you need to be part of this demonstration. Hey? Wo ma wo papa ne die frada dem o maame a oyare da dem unua be ma sebi o hye school wo ba wa wo no eye nga oda wo na so me ka bibia se Jane Mensa anya correction we se easy for enyi the voter register number e me anye audit na entokwa e besi Ghana yentumi so anu biem. Hey, this election will never be peaceful. Martino Mon Kokurano, Mo Mote Santas na Musumodi 86 years, Nanamo Papa Modi, the MPP Chobo Frumano, Mo and Namubewu. If you say Jitaya, Obiabe Janejao. Now, Asma Mekano Hana say, put this on record. Say, Yentuyan for so easy Jane Mensa Emanan correct this register. Meka Onyankopon Wasro, any Michia Mihunda, and Tokabisi Ogana. We will never enjoy the democracy again in this republic. Nyama minimu no about MPP no 90% of Ghana for munim. And I'm going to state this again. Say Jane Mensa ni boss manasare mo allow ama ya forensic audit ama ya check register ni biem ansa na ekoto ba me ka bibia ohini bia nya ohini e Ghana after 7th of December. Ebeye mo wanwa. This demonstration is the beginning of our freedom. Hey, you need to be part of it. When you're in this idea, where you're Ghana, you are demonstrating to save your life. Did you know? This demonstration is going to save your life. Every region, EC district office, Biano, or less, I will say at least people 2,000. It will call. They need to do what we want because the register no. Oma kosi sanyo be good registered ma it's not supposed to be in there. Ekufuadu nim bawomia nim on say bawomia is not saying anything about EC because obu nim the EC aye bawomia nim nipa ya ko wiom na EC nya bone ya na pusiga omankasa officer obopamo no because they admitted say obi to miss send nipa din eko another region eko another constituency eko another police station. That alone should tell you say they have done a lot of that in Ghana. And it's now Bawumia Yeman Yes demonstration way ECMBA registered. Hey, you be registered, we will have one of the most peaceful elections in this country. Now, more suffer no, Mumpenifu more Ghana, Makamanua Tum, Jane Mensa Oye. I swear to God, say I'm for see EC Moma yet sa forensic audit way. Now you check your computers. Now man for exhibition register number sha. Blood be flow Ghana and you people will be shocked. But you people will murder each other. Jane Mensah or a dangerous woman. Jane Mensah and the bossman, they are bent on destroying Ghana. It is not about war. The only chance when your political parties in our Ghana, how many political parties audited a EC register and a NDC in Kwa? How many political parties are contesting in these elections? The NDC is trying to save our democracy. Into a China demonstration, it is not about NDC. It's about stopping the killings. It is about stopping and depleting your reserves of the Bank of Ghana. It is stopping the corruption. It is stopping every single shit these people have done. And put your party aside. Make sure the elections are free and fair. So your MPP ni na abani to the function about what's the problem? Uni problem. But this is the situation whereby you people in the MPP munim ekufo nim asante hini nim ekurase hini Mr. Boachi onim ahonafo hini nim ya na nim ahemfo mo Ghana nyina munim say what the EC is doing is wrong. Asofo mo Ghana mo asofo mpenifo mo Roman mu mo Anglican mu mo Presby mu mo Assemblies of God Pentecostal churches munyina munim said the NDC has a case. Eye ahemfo mo ha eye the National House of Chiefs, you people know that the EC is doing something wrong. Munyina munim the National House of Chiefs, you are quiet. I swear to God, any asasi ya nyina yeteso say Ghana, if we don't force the EC to do this audit, you will never have that Ghana again. And I'm talking to Mumpenifo no. Emaba wane embebunu ne de ometime dwane o, they can run. They can leave everything behind and run to Togo, run to Ivory Coast. They can go there and turn into slaves. At least they will live. Now when I want to Santas now with the 86 now just say oh yeah me. When I would hine ewa santimemu now just say oh yeah man it's ya NDC4. When I would hine ewa komemu. When I would hine ewa infantimemu. When I would Ghana ni so for now would just say oh yeah amana you be ya no. I swear we will all not be humans again. And I am saying this, mark my words. My dream will say Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, our soldier, our police, Obeku Nipa, me say nobody will survive this. Nobody in Ghana will survive this. And you people might think this is a joke. Yakasa waha. Yakasa waha. We have said so many things. Today, Ninyina Abim, Bakumpo Niwa Efeli. And I am telling you for a fact, hey, COVID-19 time, this is what happened. COVID-19 time. Jane Mensah spending 390 million Ghana. Then also the year. This is 2019. Jane Mensah. Breakdown of EC's 390 million Ghana budget for voter registration exercise approved. Time of COVID-19 see Yaman 390 million. Tete Ghana is going over 400 billion. Or say or the year voter registration. Ninyina kanhu omu diskano. She does not want to open her books. She does not want Ghanaians to know the crime she has committed. So what they are doing, it is not about Ghana for. They know the crimes they have committed. And Jane Mensah led this crime. But Ochina, we should show force. Ochina, we need to show force. We need to show force as a people. We need to show force to take our democracy back. Hey? If we miss tomorrow's demonstration, so a young man, or a young woman, or a Ghanaian, now we see Ochina demonstration, that is the beginning of your end. Me, I am safe. I can tell you on authority. But when it comes to men making mistakes to take the life of other men, you are not safe in Ghana. And if you're going to sit there and make it look like where the end is for us, and let me tell you for a fact, 2024 elections, say Jane Mensah MBA registered, there will be blood. The country will go down and it will never rise up. The things we know. The things we know. The things we know. What I can tell you is that be part of this enough is enough. The EC belongs to I, you and I. It belongs to you and I. And your dear, and your Jane Mensah dear, and your boss man dear. Let us use force, a democratic force. A democratic force is when All of you come together collectively with good intentions to demonstrate peacefully to protect the democracy. That is a democratic force. We need to show up in our numbers. We are constituency executive. We are constituency chairman. We are constituency bearer. This is your job. Go out there and get the people on the street. Who and our constituency? You are two Obama. We are spokesperson. We are PR. We are chairman. We are women's organizer. We are men's organizer. This is the time to get the people on the street. Every region has a district office. It is important. Soldier for police phobia new to the citizens of Ghana. Tomorrow, that is what we need to do. Enough is enough. The right thing needs to be done for once. We need to show this Ekufuado Bawumia government say we the people, we have more power than them. They are timid. They are taking what belongs to us from us, and that is what they want to do. This demonstration is for you to save yourself. Maka, Mesaka, Mebusan for Ghana. If this forensic audit say Anya, Ghana will never rise again. It will go down the drain. And this is my advice to him for Akesera Mo Ghana. No? A man for Ben Nantimufunuso. Slaves will walk on your corpse. This goes to Ahimfo Ghana, the National House of Chiefs. Maya Dean. This goes to the chiefs. It goes to the bishops. It goes to the clergy. It goes to the impenifono. The young people will walk on your corpse. I am telling you, Momba Danenkwa, Mombaba, a man for be repeal himself more. A vulture. Fight for your democracy. Fight for your democracy. Ochna, be part of this. It is important. Enough is enough. Ochna, nationwide, do not be left out. This is not about NDC. This is about saving the democracy of the. After this short break.
All right, so that is it. Enti ensem na yetimi akwakuti abaro. Ensem na yetimi akwakuti abaro. Enyezi. Enti mami Jimensa edi ankra ne hawo. Oyo oba tan. Enti ube pese Ghana 2024 December manushi sisumpranso na ejato Ghana. Mami Jimensa ube pesa me bisawo. Ubepesi 2024 na ijato Ghana na iji huru michire se na ntokwa gidigidi edi na mu na enkofu dwane Cote d'Ivoire enkofu Togo. We are praying say ANC, and it will never happen. You people, you open the register because in so type of journey or war. In so type of journey or war. And the man mentions say umpio only bossman asareno. You people are going to open the register for NDC people to do their forensic audit because Momu Yebi Brana Afarijan, what is you Afarijan or Hono? Moye that same process. So what prevents you now? What prevents you now? Say Mubet Memo NDC for coin at this time no so my non peso moye. What they are demanding is very simple. Say the Akobodi Taylor Kevin or Chimno. It is very simple when you talk as a just a conversation and commodity be any because and because of some my dream because of some person painting, you people are preventing NDC from doing their audits, and it will never happen. It will never happen. We will make sure Ghanaians' choice will be our choice. We will make sure Ghana for about one your moko akoto man say John Dramani Mahama. In fact, obey president say Alan Kojuchama to obey president. I know clearly say Bawumia will never be president. I know it's a Ghana for to Obama Bawumia. Opa can be a party now. Bawumia will never be president. In fact, he has failed as a vice president, so we can never give him the president at large. Say the Akufo-Addo kind of ambassador at large. Yamano, vice president at small. And I went to me and you were failing. And the opposition and mano presidency at large. It will never happen, Mr. Bawumia. Go and sleep. Forget it. Go back to your useless economist. Go back to your what? Your people and work because you have failed Ghanaians. There is no way Ghanaians will vote for you. There is no way you are going to be president in this country. So that tactics, now more person with the regular elections, it will never come to pass. And then before be to say in fact, NDC for the MPP for they have lost the grounds. lose grounds. It is answer no enye adwuma Nyankopɔn hyira ma memfa we see because I'm raining tea ma memfa we see mediana mega message so subscribe to your platform no na wa like adwuma di na wa share na foforo enye bi ahwe me ma me che ba fo wo New York America Nyankopɔn hyira me ma me roye bi e wo UK Nyankopɔn hyira ma obi bi ohwe me bia no Nyankopɔn hyira busua se bi di kanka about 90% of our viewers no munya subscribe we na enye mo bo apaye na mbom ayana messages thinking of bibi what you say obrana de amania wonam what you say e ma wa adwen kra no ohwe me to de bia na shift it make can say there na why then wetimi ede onsa abo subscriber tim so now onso wa subscribe to your platform because I had the open especially elections where you could in fact the raw issues, the raw authentic news. What you say, news and council at toy and mega hikitam. The banks will be chum, the bemu the echo, bemu will be key decisions because these particular elections now. In fact, any election ketwa. Yankupo Inshira. I salute you, Yankupo Inshira Wibia. Bye.